One home run all week. One. And it was Ellie De La Cruz. He had 7 RBIs on the week, 292, 370, 500 slugging with OPS of 870. It was good.
It's a good week.
It's a good week.
You're going to have a tough time winning ball games if you only hit 1 home run in 6 games. So.
Austin Hayes, 360, 385, 560, OPS of 945. But what did he not do?
Didn't hit a home run.
Didn't hit a fucking home run.
He came close. I think he had that triple. You know, there was a handful of close ones, but still, that has been a repetitive issue of not being able to get the big hits.
Well, the triple was misplayed in left field. It kept bouncing and pinballing around in the corner.
Yeah.
What other highlight do we have before we just go ham? Spencer Steer had an 11-game hit streak going at some point. 333, 391, 381 with a 772 OPS, so a little bit above average.
I think he had a 3 hits in a game.
He did?
Yeah, so that's awesome. He's been looking a ton better, and really having him string together multiple hits in a game is just going to do wonders.
What didn't he do this week?
He didn't hit a home run.
He didn't hit a home run. Tyler Stevenson has not looked good. 125, 300 with a 250 slug and 550 OPS. He definitely didn't hit a home run this week. No.
He did have a couple really long at bats.
He did. I'm not discrediting that.
That was very helpful and beneficial for him to see that many live pitches.
Yes.
I mean, he essentially got the equivalent of like 4 games of pitches in those 2 at bats.
Yes. I'm with you. But there is no one here except Ellie when he's on. When you look and you're like, man, can you carry us for a week? Yeah. Can you flip the switch? When you have dudes that you're like, these are the dudes that need to take the next step. That next step includes I'm picking y'all up and we're all going on a ride. And you're going to ride my coattails. Y'all get on. I'll take care of the rest. And I'll hit dangers. I'll get you in. All of that. And that hasn't happened between dudes like Ellie De La Cruz and Matt McClain and Tyler Stevenson. Your core, where you're like, these are our dudes.
Yeah, that was a strength at the middle we've been talking about for the past 3 years, I believe, with with these players. And yeah, that has been something that just really hasn't existed. Ellie's been playing good baseball, but not consistently, and he hasn't had one of his go-off weeks. Although, the past series here looked, like he could be coming around to doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and outside of Ellie's home run, there was no big, impactful at-bat.
Yeah. Well, let's do this real quick. Ellie De La Cruz became the fastest player in MLB history with 300 hits, 150 RBIs, and 100 stolen bases. Are we too close to it? Is that the problem? Or is it just...
I think the problem is we're viewing it like from the whole team perspective. And what he's doing is impressive, but then like when the team is failing, it's tough to appreciate. Like what he's doing.
What he's doing, because he needs he needs a dance partner.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that dance partner.
And it's what's so frustrating is it was the clear need of this team entering this past offseason, and here we are talking about a team that hit 1 home run all week in a week full of games. And, they did nothing to fill that power hole that is in this lineup.
Yeah, they did not address the one specific thing. They maybe flirted with the idea of like, hey, we talked to that guy's agent. That's as good as getting it done, right?
Yeah.
And granted, you don't know what those deals are going to turn out like. I mean, obviously, there's been a handful that the Reds have made that did not pan out at all the way they wanted to. But they didn't even address that. I will say, hats off to the front office for Hayes and Lux and Trevino for, adding to the depth of the lineup. But those guys aren't the prototypical bashers that you want that will address the outfield, specifically right field.
Yeah.
Situation.
Lux has 1 homer on the season.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, when they went and got him, I was like, another one of the same fucking guy. Like, nothing against Lux. He's been a great hitter.
He's
For
tremendous.
us. He's a good ball player, but he's just not a ball player that this club needed.
No.
Like, it was just more of the same. And they needed a bopper, and they went out and got Gavin Lux and Hayes, who has that in his bat, but just has had a real tough time staying on the field his career.
Yeah.
He's already had an IL stint this year, two
twice.
two IL stints.
Yeah, for each hamstring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. So
I mean, talking to a friend of the pod, an Orioles fan, Danny Hux, he's just like, you guys are gonna love Austin Hayes when he's healthy,
when he's healthy.
and this is it. I mean, the Reds went out and got a bunch of backup dancers, but you can't make a boy band out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on. I know that.
Yeah, you can't get a bunch of backup dancers and be like, all right, which one's Timberlake? Who's taking the lead here?
Damn it, you're all Joey Fatone.
Oops, off of tones.
Oops, off of toes.
And what we're seeing with Will Benson, that wasn't even like kind of part of what the solution would be. Like he just made this his own currently, because they weren't necessarily looking to play him in the right field. They're looking to have Fraley or somehow have a player fall out of the sky that fills the role. But Benson, doing great right now. I do want to continue to see him play and be an everyday player for the most part.
Yeah.
But this was not. This was done by Will Benson. This wasn't done by the front office.
Correct. This was Will recognizing him figuring something out. This week was a bad week for him. 154, 250, 231 with an OPS of 481. He was a lot of loud, long outs, though.
Sure.
Like, he's still pummeling the baseball.
Yeah. He just didn't hit it in the gap enough or didn't get under it enough. But I think it was like 4+ balls in play over 100, one of which was an RBI. So it's just like, that's really good. I would love to see him continually get up there and find the sweet part of the bat, because he could be a solution for the problem that we are having with the lack of home runs.
He could be, and that's the thing is, like...
Part of a solution.
A solution. Like, when you said, like, another one of these guys with Gavin Lux, another one of these backup dancers. The whole thing is, you look at it, and the philosophy has been, well, maybe we hope these doubles turn into home runs. Instead of saying, what if we got someone who hit home runs, but in this park they were longer? Because you're playing half of your games at home. Think about it. You're playing half of your games at home, but it's cold and it's not hot, humid, sticky, chilly weather. Mm-hmm. Right? When you break that down, you're probably only getting 45, 50 games of that ideal temperature where the ball truly flies in the ballpark. So you're going to take 2/3 of your home games and base your hitting philosophy on that.
Yeah.
That is flawed.
Very much so, yeah.
And it doesn't work, and it's proven time and time again.
And you have to know how to hit a home run.
Yes.
Like, it's not just something that comes from hitting the ball hard. Like, there's plenty of people that accidentally hit home runs, but you gotta know your pitch and when to lift that ball. Like, I see so many players on this team selling out for a home run swing on a fucking ass pitch.
Yeah.
And just get embarrassed and going and sitting on the bench. Like, you gotta know when to pop off that A swing. And not many players on this roster know when to do that.
No.
I think Hayes does.
Hayes does.
Yeah.
Ellie is getting there.
Yeah, he's still got he'll swing out of his shoes on some inappropriate counts.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, bro, 1-1. Yo.
Yeah.
And that was a sweeper we all knew was coming.
Exactly. And they just need a veteran. This team needs a veteran bopper.
Yeah, and guess what they thought that would be? Candelario.
Yeah.
They thought he was going to be that, and they thought the doubles would turn into homers and he would lead these guys. No.
Same with Moustakas before him.
Yeah.
And then force him into a position that they barely play.
So what we have here, and when you break it down, is that this is I can now officially say it. It is time. It is Crawl's glaring flaw. Mm-hmm. Is this
Crawl's flaw?
Does he have the budget? Like, is he being given enough resources to pull the trigger?
What do you mean? They got Terry. You know, you can talk him into hitting home runs.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you can coax them in. They can go play craps together or whatever.
I mean, think about this roster if they had went out and signed Teoscar this offseason.
God, don't even.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they have to, at some point, they're going to have to recognize that they need to make a move like that.
They're going to have to overpay.
Yeah.
Because Teoscar took a pay cut to stay in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's the fucking Dodgers.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, okay, I'll size up that ring right now, thank you.
Actually, I don't know, buddy. I mean, they're looking like ass, but
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah,
Go Diamondbacks. Go anyone else.
go anyone else.
Yeah.
Go Pods. I don't know. Yeah, and so when you look, we'll eventually dive deeper at some point and look and go, okay, in this offseason, who are the boppers that they can sign? But in the meantime, you're hoping for someone to come off the injured list or trading away some pieces at the deadline. Watch the fucking Reds go out and trade for Yandy Diaz at the deadline and do something asinine like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, really, another guy who just a high average doubles
Yeah.
in a position of power
I can see it already.
and overpaying.
Yeah, dude, we're addicted to making lateral moves. I think it's just like
Yes.
someone that likes to flip crummy houses, but has such low margins that they never really go north or south at all. It's just the same. It's just a weird way to spend money and get the same results as if you hadn't.
Right.
So yeah, we've said it so many times talking about needing to address this issue. They haven't. Maybe when CES comes up, he'll provide that 30+ homer void there. But the thing is, like we were talking about with Hayes, but you have to be on the field in order to produce. And so far, injuries have plagued this team, and we're in the situation that we're in now.